Fifth grade, day 3 of our manga portraits. Today we're going to add color, and if you didn't go over your pencil lines last week because you spent so much time drawing in pencil, you can do that today too with Sharpie. Now we could get really detailed here and layer multiple colors of colored pencils, almost so that these portraits or the skin tones look realistic. And if you want to do that, that's awesome. Most of us only are going to have about 35 minutes to color these in. So we're going to do what we can in 35 minutes. Supplies you're going to need today are your drawing from last class and colored pencils, and that should be it unless you need a Sharpie to finish outlining. A lot of manga hair has specific kind of highlights. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to layer my hair colors, starting with the lightest yellow first. I colored pretty lightly all over all of my hair with the lightest color, and then I came in certain areas with a slightly darker yellow, not everywhere, just certain areas, mainly where the lines are, like where the pieces of hair kind of would meet. I made those areas a little bit darker where my black lines were. And then obviously the underneath of the hair is always going to be darker than the outside layers that get, hit by the sun more. And I used 3 different yellows. So where I'm close to where I put the second color or the second shade, I'm going to put an even darker shade of yellow. And definitely kind of where the part would be, I'm going to make that a little bit darker as well. My girl is kind of like a younger version of me, so it's kind of a self-portrait, but not really. I didn't put glasses or any wrinkles on there. So you guys can color your hair whatever color you'd like. Try to match your the color of your hair. Like if you have dark brown hair, try to pick like a dark brown, a medium brown, and a light brown. Obviously, I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have pink tips on the end of my hair, but I wanted it to embellish this portrait and make it kind of fun. So that's why I did the pink tips. I am going to take a gray pencil and on one side of the face and on underneath where the chin is on the neck and on one side of the neck, I'm going to put kind of like just a partial gray shadow. I also am going to put that shadow under the nose and under the mouth. I'm going to cover over that shadow with my skin tone colored pencil so that they kind of blend together a little bit, or so that you can see that the gray is part of the skin tone. If you have really dark skin tone and you're going to use a darker brown colored pencil, you might want to do a black shadow so that it shows up. I'm going to add a crease or a line underneath my eye because I felt like my portrait was kind of missing something. There are different ways that you can shade your face. You could shade one whole half of your face, or you could just do like I did, or you could highlight it from the top or underneath. Whatever you do, keep in mind that we don't have a lot of time to color these in. So you want to work with the time that we have. I thought mine's kind of like the simplest way to do it, and it still has form. I'd like for you to pick a skin tone that matches your skin tone. I'm really fair, so I just picked a light peach color. But if you have like medium skin tone or a darker skin tone, I think it looks better if you layer 2 colors. So particularly around like the cheek area, you could layer like a pink with a tan or a light brown, or around the lip area, you could do that. So try to match your skin tone. If you have scrap paper handy, that's a good way to layer your colored pencils to get a skin tone that looks like yours. That's one of the things that makes these portraits so fun, is everybody coming up with different skin tones. How boring the world would be if we all had, to use the same color pencil for our skin tone. Remember to go the same direction for your strokes of your pencil. Like I'm going just straight up and down. And apply the same amount of pressure. If you wanted to darken an area, just push down a little harder in that area, like under the cheekbones. For the hair, I just followed my hair growing out with my pencil stroke. So coming out from the part
Another
area.
way that you can highlight the hair is to just pick a horizontal kind of stripe of the hair and make that
a little bit lighter, like with white, or a lighter value of the same colored pencil, whatever color you color your hair. So just pick a horizontal chunk or section of your hair and make that lighter. Here's an example of that on Guy's hair. Kind of in the middle there, it's lighter and darker on the tips and at the top. Another more advanced illustration technique is to play with how you shade your eyes. So to use different values and different shapes and sizes of highlights, kind of, however you want, in creative ways. That's a more advanced coloring technique.
And the bigger your irises are, the easier it is for you to do, more details with your coloring in the eyes. All right, 5th grade, I hope you have fun coloring in your portraits. I would love to see some of them. If you have time or you think of it, go ahead and shoot me an email or a picture. See you next class.